Now we'll move on to a short section embargoed until 10:30 p.m. this evening, and we'll start with Andy Dunn from the Mirror.
Hi, Harry. Just want to talk about set pieces. You said before the game against Ukraine that was something you'd improve on, and Gareth said after the game that he got a feeling the day before in training that the set pieces were coming together. Now, where we were standing in the stadium, when Luke Shaw sent that ball over, from the moment he sent it, you could tell that you were going to get on the end of it and score. I just want you to talk about how much of a threat you think you are from set pieces. And if it's delivered correctly, do you think you personally, a defender, can't stop you?
Yeah, I think that's one thing going into the game against Ukraine we spoke about that we needed to improve on in this tournament. We was massively effective in Russia. So we knew that coming into this tournament, set plays would have a big part to play. We knew we had to improve on them. And obviously I scored against Ukraine and so did Jordan. So yeah, on my behalf, I work hard on the timing and the execution. It was a great ball by Luke. And ever since I got my eyes on it, I always felt like I could get a clean contact. And it was so close to the goal that I just needed a clean contact. And luckily it found the corner. But as a group of players, we work hard, and I think Gareth mentioned about the day before we scored a couple in training the day before when we was working on them, and everyone seemed focused and zoomed into our roles and responsibilities, and we executed it well against Ukraine. And I think in the next two games, if we're going to be successful, we might need to execute another one.
Thanks, Andy. Next, go to Paul Joyce of the Times.
Hi, Harry. We saw in the Germany game that the sort of power of Wembley and the advantage that the team gets from the home crowd. How big a factor do you think that will be on Wednesday against the Danes?
Well, of course, Wembley's our home. The atmosphere against Germany, I said after the game that it really felt like football was back. It's what football deserves, that atmosphere. The fans in the stadium, and for the semi-final we've got even more. So no, it's going to be electric. It's going to be a great atmosphere. Like I said, we're on this journey together as players, as staff, as fans, and they're right behind us. We're really feeling their support and their love, and it's really pushing us and spurring us on to go and do great things.
You think you get an extra couple of % from that as a team?
Yeah, I think it can make a difference, but I think you've also you've got challenges that you have to overcome as well. We've just played in Rome, not many English over there, and we put on a great show and a great performance to win 4-0. So I think as a country, we obviously as players as well, Wembley's our home. It's where we grew up watching. It's where we want to play, and we know that the atmosphere at Wembley is always electric, and we're looking forward to the game, the semi-final, being there again, of course.
Thanks, Paul. Next to Jason Burt, The Telegraph.
Hi, Harry. You mentioned already that belief is probably greater this time than it was in 2018 in that semi-final. What also specifically did you learn from 2018 that will stand you in good stead on Wednesday night?
I think there's I think just the experience in general of playing a semi-final at a major tournament. I think during times of the game and the belief that we had in the game in the second half against Croatia, could we be a little bit more brave and more composed and take the ball when we was leading the game and not really sit back and soak up the pressure? Is that something that we could have done better? Of course, we've looked at it over the period, over the 4-year period. So yeah, I think for sure we're in a better place now than what we was when we played Croatia.
Thanks, Jason. Ian Ladyman, Daily Mail.
Hi, Harry. Two slightly unrelated questions, if that's all right. But the first one, just to pick up on what Joyce was asking about the atmosphere at Wembley. When you're in the changing room before the game, when the fans were singing Sweet Caroline around the stadium, I've never heard anything quite like that before a match at Wembley. Just wondered whether you could hear that from the changing rooms or the tunnel when you were getting ready.
Yeah, you can definitely hear it from the tunnel. I think the atmosphere against Germany was was one of the best I've played in. The fans, the amount of noise that they made that game, and the buzz, and especially when we scored that first, and then the second goal, and the relief, and the full time whistle. I think just the day was a great occasion for everyone, and everyone will have great memories from it. I think when you play for your country, it's all about building memories and creating memories and creating history. And that day was a big part of history. And like I say, we're hoping to replicate it come Wednesday.
The second question is to take you back to the Denmark game when you were sent off again, I'm afraid. I was thinking about it this morning, and I also looked back at a few of the reports that were written after that game, including the one that I wrote. And people tended to agree that half an hour of football that you played yourself before you got your second yellow card, you looked absolutely shot to pieces, if you don't mind me saying so. Your touch was off, and you were giving the ball away, 2 yellow cards. You absolutely looked as though your mind was just scrambled, which would have been understandable given what had gone on in the previous couple of months of your life. Was it as bad as it looked inside your head? And also, how did you then possibly pick yourself up for a weekend game that most of us thought you probably wouldn't play in? But you not only played at Newcastle, but you scored what turned out to be a very, very important equalising goal to stave off another Manchester United crisis.
Well, first and foremost, I think 4 days before that game, we just beat the number 1 ranked team in the world, Belgium, and I played 90 minutes in that. So I had a big part to play in that game. So I don't know, my confidence would have been there. Maybe my touch was off. It was definitely off for the second booking that I got. But yeah, when I was walking off the pitch, of course, I felt low. I felt like I let my team down. But that's part and parcel of football, like I've spoke about. Mistakes happen, it's how you come back and it's how you bounce back. And I'm proud of the way that I've handled myself from then on. And yeah, like you say, it was important that I came back strong and performed well for Manchester United. In the following game, I ended up scoring in a victory against Newcastle. So no, like I say, every footballer has ups, every footballer has downs, every footballer makes mistakes. It's how you handle them.
Thanks, Ian. Got time for a couple more in this section. Dave Kidd at The Sun next.
Hi, Harry.
Oh.
Just the question I asked you earlier about Luke Shaw. You gave an interesting answer there about how he's stopped playing safe and just been more adventurous. Have you had a lot to do with that at all? You were very vocal during games, and in terms of encouraging him in particular, maybe to bomb on and just be more positive. Is that something you personally have played a part in?
Well, I think it's probably something that you do need to ask Luke. I have a great relationship with Luke on and off the field. I do put a lot of demands on him. I don't accept him playing alongside me and playing safe and not getting forward, because for Manchester United, you've seen that he's a big attacking threat, and I feel like when he's flying up and down and creating chances for us, it gives us the best opportunity of winning football matches. And as myself as captain, that's the most important thing. So. Yeah, of course, I put a lot of demands on Luke. I really expect him to push himself, because I know every day I see what he's got, I see his attributes, I see his ability, and he has absolute everything to be an amazing left back, and he's really showing that now. He's shown the Premier League all year what he brings to Manchester United, and now he's showing the world. So I'm so pleased for him, and like I say, I hope he keeps going, keeps improving, and keeps pushing himself, and I'm sure he will.
Are you demanding like that with most of your teammates? Because you're very loud. During the behind closed doors era, we realised you're one of the most vocal players probably in the league. But do you think you're very demanding of teammates in general?
Yeah, of course. I put demands on myself. Obviously, Luke probably gets it a little bit more than everyone else, because he's stood alongside me for 90 minutes of the game, and I feel like relationships in football matches are really important. So I always feel like if Luke's playing well, then I'm playing well, because we're so close together, we're covering each other, and I feel like the same with my other centre-half partner. So I think it's working well at the moment for club and country, and we have a good relationship, and like I say, we can get better. Of course we can improve, and we're striving to do that.
Thanks, Dave. And we'll finish this embargo section with one from Paul Brown at The Star.
Hi, Harry. At the last World Cup, you were famously in an internet meme which went around the world for chatting to your missus in the stand. I wondered if do you still get a ribbon about that from your teammates, and would you prefer this time to be the subject of a slightly different meme, maybe lifting the trophy at Wembley or celebrating the win?
Well, of course, I prefer to be involved in lifting the trophy at Wembley. That's the dream. That's the aim. I think memes and everything was all part of the fun. I think it is all part of the fun. I think that's what social media should be there for. And yeah, it was. I'm sure that picture won't happen again, because with this times and COVID, we can't speak to our families after the game or get close to them because we're in this bubble. So no, it was a great iconic photo, and one that I feel like brings fond memories back of Russia in what journey it was.